There we go. Guys, we're going to be in MREA again today. We will be for quite a while because we're covering the 24 topics of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. This is a class that was put together by Keller Williams University and highly recommended. When you see this class come to town, make sure that you attend it. When we teach this in the Market Center, make sure that you attend it. And for the time being, we're going to go through these one at a time on Survive to Thrive. Today, we're on topic number 2. And topic number 2 is having a goal and not fully realizing it is a negative thing. It's page 61, by the way. And this is part of the 6 myth understandings. And topic 2 is having a goal and not fully realizing it is a negative thing. The truth is actually a goal, having a goal and not trying to achieve it is a negative thing. I would add to that, and we're going to get into this in just a little bit, not having a goal is a negative thing. Having a goal and not being able to see it is a negative thing. And the problem for some of us is that overcoming our fear of failure, especially public failure, is very difficult to accomplish. Anybody struggle with that? I mean, if you're out there on Zoom world and you struggle with that, just put I do in the chat. Okay, let's see if we can blow up the chat. And I got thinking about this morning. If you know your DISC, the DISC, right? And you are a high C. Well, part of being a high C is you want to be right. You need to be right. And I'm wondering if there is a pattern, if we can follow the DISC and we can identify, am I wired to be afraid of failure? Or am I wired to really not give a darn? I don't know. Yeah, I'm asking myself these questions, everybody. I don't have a big fear of failure. I'm a high D, high I, and I'm kind of ready, fire, aim. And if I get it wrong, oh, well, who cares? Next, I'll figure it out. But at the same time, I'm also being real with myself and thinking back over the last 40 years of my adult life. And Aaron's not in the room. Otherwise, that would have been a great opportunity for Aaron to take a dig at me. So too bad, Aaron, you missed it. And I'm wondering, how many times did I choose not to do something because I was afraid of failing? How many times did fear of failure hold me back from doing more, from living a bigger life? I think back to the times where being faced with failure and choosing to move forward anyways has led to success. And one of those times would be in 2002, when I'm a part-time real estate agent. I had sold one home my first 6 months, crushing it, hashtag sarcasm. And I am faced with, am I moving forward full-time in real estate, or am I going to stay in my current position? I was a trainer and a manager, sales manager for a fundraising company out of Dayton, Ohio, doing really, really well, making money, living a really good life, but not happy, not having fun. And I am faced with quit real estate and go all in back into a job I really don't like, or quit the job I really don't like and go all in with real estate. And at that time, I had sold one house. Now, Colin at the time was 5 years old. Lacey was 6 months old. We had bills to pay, mortgage, feed the kids, that kind of stuff. And I could have easily made a decision based on fear of failing, and I wouldn't be talking to you right now if I did. There was one time I got it right, but I'm wondering how many times I got it wrong. The ability to set goals and make plans for their accomplishment is the master skill of success. This is not an MREA. Don't look for it. Okay. The ability to set goals and make plans for their achievement is the master skill of success. It is the single most important skill that you can learn and perfect. If you're taking notes, write down setting goals is a skill. Goal setting will do more to help achieve the things you want in life than will anything else you've been exposed to. Goal setting will have more to do with your future success than anything else you can do. Now, Hervé, if that's true, why don't more people set goals? If we know this is true, if we know that goal setting will do more to create success in our life than anything else we can do, then why do more of us not set goals? And I'm going to get to another question that I have for you in just a little bit, but teaser, how many of us have goals? How many of us have those goals written down? If I asked you right now, can you show me your goals? How many of you would be able to raise your hand and say, here they are? I've got them. And I see hands in the room going up, and I am so excited about that. I really am. Goal setting will do more to help. I know I'm repeating this, but it's important, guys. Goal setting will do more to help achieve the things you want in life than will anything else you've been exposed to. Becoming an expert at goal setting and goal achieving. Please write that down. Becoming an expert at goal setting and goal achieving is something that you absolutely must do if you wish to fulfill your potential as a human being. By the way, side note, for those of you who have children, please teach them this early. Please, please, please teach them this early. And yet, according to most studies, now, I dove into Google this morning and I looked at a lot of different surveys on this, and they all said the same thing. I'm looking for somebody to tell me something different, and nobody did. Here's what I found. I found that 3% of people surveyed have goals. 3%. This means 97%. Moseline, 97% of people walking around, when you look around, you're at the store, you're at Starbucks, you're at a ball game, you look around at everybody who's around you, 97% of those people have no goals. That is sad. 1% have them written down, which means 99% of the people that you associate with do not have written goals. You know, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, whoever your basketball player is, don't know, don't care. And put him on the foul line, put a basketball in his hands and say, go. And they shoot 100 shots. My guess is they're going to make most of them. True? Here, I'll make you laugh. Yes or yes? Okay. Now, Hervé, if I put you on the foul line and I give you a basketball and I said, just start shooting baskets, are you going to make some of them? I might make one. I don't know. But you're going to make some of them, aren't you? You're going to make most of them. Ooh, I like that. Now, I put a blindfold on you and I spin you around a dozen times. And I put the basketball in your hand and I say, okay, go. How many shots are you going to make now? None of them? None of them. None of them. And here's why. How can you hit a goal you cannot see? Write it down. Here's a better question. How can you hit a goal you do not have? Page 62, MREA. You cannot fail unless you quit. You cannot fail unless you quit. Failure almost always precedes success. So there's different types of failure. There's going to the plate and striking out. You failed. And then there's going to the plate and striking out and throwing the baseball bat down on the ground and saying, that's it, I'm done. I'm never going to try again. That's failure. That's true failure. Falling short of your goal, going on a listing appointment and not getting the listing is not failure. Going on a listing appointment and not getting the listing and giving up, that's failure. Making a phone call to an expired listing and having them yell at you and hang up the phone on you is not failure. Making an expired phone call and having somebody yell at you, hang up the phone on you, and you give up and never make another call, that's failure. Failure almost always precedes success. So the next thing I did is I wanted to research some famous failures. You know, it's interesting, I didn't find myself on that list. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before successfully designing the light bulb. Theodore Geisel, also known as Dr. Seuss, was rejected 27 times before finding a publisher. Mark Victor Hansen's Chicken Soup for the Soul was rejected by more than 30 publishers before going on to sell more than 70 million copies worldwide. The author of Jungle Book, boy, the name is right there. The author of the Jungle Book, you know what book I'm talking about? It's a Disney movie, okay? The author of the Jungle Book received a rejection letter that said, I'm sorry, but you just do not know how to use the English language. Walt Disney was fired for having a lack of imagination.
Wow.
Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Failure almost always precedes success. Henry Ford failed and went broke 6 times. 5 times. Somebody's going to Google that. I don't want you to fact check me and say, John, you were wrong. It's 5 times. All right. This is from MREA. Portrait of an Achiever. 1832, failed in business, bankruptcy. 1832, defeated for legislature. 1834, failed in business, bankruptcy. 1835, fiance died. 1836, nervous breakdown. 1838, defeated in election. 1843, defeated for U.S. Congress. 1848, defeated for U.S. Congress. 1855, defeated for U.S. Senate. 1856, defeated for Vice President. 1858, defeated for U.S. Senate. If that were you, would you keep going? Would you? If this particular individual didn't keep going, would we be here today? Would the United States be here today? Would it be the same United States that we live in today? Would the world be the same that it is today? But because one person decided that they were going to ignore this myth understanding that says having a goal and not fully realizing it is a negative thing for this one person. He said failure is not a negative thing. He kept going. And in 1860, Abraham Lincoln was elected the 16th president of the United States. The only thing he ever succeeded at that point in his life. Everything prior to that was a failure. What if he didn't? Success is a choice. So is failure. Please write that down. Success is a choice. So is failure. We choose to fail when we settle. Don't settle. Okay, talk to me.